Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Players Own YouTube channel. And once again, Lamine Yamal has saved Barcelona. What a goal and what a performance for the youngster last night to secure Barcelona's 1-0 win over Mallorca. A Friday night clash between the two sides, and it was an interesting sort of game because coming into it, Barcelona's injury problems, inconsistencies in form, and it was a game they had to win to keep themselves alive in the Liga this season, with Real Madrid seemingly running away with it. But with this big result, they pull closer, and their chance to go back in the league is still alive after Lamine Yamal's great effort. And this video is all about the youngster because he has been superb this season. But there's worries I have about him, like we have with Gavi and Pedri, that he will get overplayed with these FFP rulings and the lack of ability to spend and get depth and talent, especially with all the injuries that have been going on at Barcelona. A lot is falling on the youngster's shoulders. Quickly run through the game first. The 1-0 win versus Mallorca. Obviously, Barcelona's midfield looked very unfamiliar. The team looked a bit unfamiliar as well. Guhi up top. Rafinha played in midfield alongside Gundogan as the only real recognisable midfielder. There was no Araujo as well. He was suspended. Kubasi put in a great performance at centre-half, but he's still someone that's learning on the job a bit as well. And with injuries to Gavi, Pedri, De Jong, Balde, Alonso, and then obviously Rafinha in game also gets injured as well. This side for Barcelona has not really looked familiar, not really found any continuity, and they've relied on individual moments, individual pieces of brilliance. So come up against Mallorca, a side that's been in some very solid form recently, got their way to the Copa del Rey final through the penalty shootout there. Got a great result last time out, 1-0 versus Girona, where they sat in top of that 5-back formation and really did well in the counter-attack using wide players and getting the ball into the area. I thought this could be a danger game for Barcelona. It definitely proved to be that way. First half, Mallorca, obviously, they conceded a penalty early. Gundogan had a chance from the spot in the 24th minute as the Rafinha was brought down, but Gundogan's penalty was poor. It was well saved by Rakovic in the end. But then minutes later, you got Mallorca with a head in the 32nd minute, which was flicked on and well saved. Larin broke in behind once Yamal had a poor touch. And they broke away again. It was a continual theme in the first half that Mallorca would break in behind Muriqi alongside Larin, the two forwards in this 5-3-2 formation. These guys were getting in behind a lot of chances, and they had the pace over Inigo Martinez and Kubasi in this side. So you thought they'd put one away. They just couldn't find a way to put the ball in the back of the net. And for Barcelona, it was a very poor first half, lacked real continuity in possession. Yamal didn't see much of it. And Guhi didn't see much of it either, and it looked like it was just going to be one of those games. I needed a piece of individual brilliance, or I need to flick a switch at halftime. Xavi obviously suspended to not on the touchline. They couldn't make those tactical adjustments on the sideline. It looked like one of those games for Barcelona once again, where they would disappoint. The big talking point, obviously, near half-time, Muriqi was brought down in the area by Lamine Yamal, but was not given a penalty and was not looked at by VAR, interestingly. I thought it was a penalty. I thought it was a chance for Mallorca to go up leading into the half 1-0, but they would deny that chance there. And then going to the second half, it was much better from Barcelona. Felix, his pass turned to a shot early on, which proved to be saved by Rakovic early on there as well. Lamine Yamal then shot the crossbar, cutting into that left foot of his in the 57th minute. Gundogan and Guhi linked up well. Gundogan had a chance on goal in the 60th minute, so a lot of chances to start the second half off, but his effort was tame once again. And then it all took to the 73rd minute where Lamine Yamal would cut in smartly, that change of pace, the ability to cut in the left. All the defenders know he wants to go on his left foot, but they can't stop him. The little body feint gets into there, has a half-second chance and curled it into the top corner. A beautiful finish to secure Barcelona the 1-0 win. Grind out the rest of the game to secure the win there. But once again, relying on the youngster, the 16-year-old, to get the job done here, seems to be the man in form. And like the commentators quite funnily said, he's a kid in form, because right now the 16-year-old's carrying this Barcelona side. I understand all the injury problems and the lack of signs they can make, but right now the fact that it's all on this young kid's shoulders to get the job done, it says a lot about Barcelona at the moment. They're obviously still in a title race, only 5 points behind Real Madrid as we currently sit here and speak, but it says a lot that you have to rely on this youngster, and this is the problem I've got with Barcelona. You've relied on Gavi, Pedri, and now Lamine Yamal. We've seen what happened to Gavi and Pedri now, especially for Gavi, a massive injury this year that we don't know how he's going to come back from. And Pedri now, in the last 2 seasons, had really serious injuries after playing, 85 games that year, just at the back end of the COVID season with the Olympics as well. You still want to overwork these players. Xavi, it's going to be important. Obviously, you want to go for the title, but you don't want to overplay this young star because he is the future of this football club. You can see it. He's got the ability to take on the mantle. He's got that raw talent, that raw skill. And on that left foot, he's an absolute wizard cutting in from the right, or can play on the left there, shooting across goal. And right now, as much as you can ride on him, we look back at that Granada game. He scored the 80th minute goal there to get a point against Granada when the team was poor as well. There's a lot of moments they've backed on him. He's got the 4 goals in the league this season alongside the three assists, I believe. Yeah, that's right. So, he's done a lot for this club, but it's a lot of learning to be done, and you just don't want to overwork him. I'm nervous with Barcelona next few years with how we've seen Gavi and Pedri go down so easily. Frankie de Jong's had injury problems across the last few seasons as well. And if you get Lamine Yamal doing the same problem, it's not going to look good on Barca, not going to look on their medical staff. And they're not going to secure their future. I have to look back a few years ago as well. Ansu Fati, who's also labelled the next Messi, the next coming of that pure, skillful, pacey winger. He went down and had back-to-back bad injuries. Now he can't even get a start at Brighton. So as much as this is a great moment for Lamine Yamal, once again securing a big 3 points for Barcelona, I am still worried about the way they manage his load. He is 16 years old. He's still in school. So you need to be working with him to try and make him, be available, but be as fit as possible, not overwork him, because this talent here could be, top 5 talents in the world come 2 or 3 years in the future, because 16 years old, you manage him the next 2 to 3 years. Hopefully Barcelona can turn things around financially, get back into the Camp Nou and build a great squad, a younger squad around this sort of inconsistent side at the moment. And Lamine Yamal can be the guy up the top there who's leading that front three. I think he's got the ability to do so. And there's signs in all season. He's so dynamic, so good with the ball at his feet. His turn of pace is his difference maker at the moment. The way he can get the ball out of his feet, turn the corner, and like we saw in this goal here, little cut inside, shivvy, left-footed finish. And some of his finishing as well is spectacular. And it goes to show he's that sort of player. In this game here, the first half, very quiet, didn't see much of the football. Barcelona in general were quite poor. But when you give him half a chance there, you saw the 57th minute, his shot came off the crossbar. Same sort of movement again, cutting into that left, jinking inside, and left-footed curling finish right into the top corner. So you don't want to give this guy much confidence, because in the future, I think next season could be a big year for him. If we've seen the breakout this season, but next year, we could be seeing 10 to 12 goals from him in the league, and being a force to reckon with amongst Europe. Look at the likes of Kylian Mbappe, he sort of burst on the scene. I can see a similar sort of story here with Lamine Yamal. Obviously, as I said, for Barcelona, massive result, 5 points now for Real Madrid. There's still a glimmer of hope this season. They could get something out of it. Obviously, it was looking doom and gloom about 3 or 4 weeks ago where they couldn't put together their great performances. They still aren't doing that, but at least they're getting the results to back it up. And on the back of Lamine Yamal, this guy can take them very far, not only this season, but in the future as well. What a performance for him in this game here. Another player that I want to touch on as well, Kubasi, another great performance at centre-half. A name that we don't really know much about, but as we'll come into next season and hopefully Barcelona turn things around, he could be a key figure to push this team onwards. An unknown name, but very solid. Not the quickest centre-half, but something that's strong into a challenge and covers ground quite well. He can, deny attackers some good opportunity. We saw this game here. He was beaten over the back a few times, but closed the space really well and force Larin and the likes hard opportunities at goal. So he's a good sign there as well. Victor Roque comes off onto the pitch as well, and he was very impressive as well. A real strong, pacier sort of player. But again, a lot of raw talent here at Barcelona. They're going to go through a few years, I think, struggling with these FFP problems and spending in the building of the new stadium. But you're going to find these gems, Lamine Yamal, Victor Roque, Kubasi, Firmino as well. In midfield has been very impressive. He came off the bench to be quite solid as well. Instigator in that midfield, energizer in there as well. Obviously, they've got a massive game against Napoli in the Champions League to come up as well. I think all these sort of names I've mentioned will have to feature there because of the injury problems. But it's a great chance once again to see the development of this Barcelona squad, and slowly but surely, 3 or 4 years' time, if they do things well, if they don't overplay some of these young players, they will have a superstar squad of youthful players that have come through the academy to try and produce a serious push to Real Madrid in about 2 or 3 years' time, hopefully, if all things go their way. Obviously, last night was all about Lamine Yamal, the guy who puts in 6, 7 out of 10 performances every single night. It feels like he is super talented. Interesting to see where he goes into next season, or does he even get close to some national team squads as we go into next season as well, because he's lighting it up right now in La Liga and someone you have to definitely keep an eye on. This video is all about him. This video is all about Barcelona. They are still in the hunt for the La Liga. And with Real Madrid with their own injury problems and their own inconsistencies in form, just maybe, they could nick this title off Real Madrid and go back-to-back in a year that seemed doomed, the year that Xavi's leaving. It all seemed to be falling apart, but they're still in the hunt. And that's all got to show how quality this young star is and how quality some of these players are that are fighting for the badge at the moment for Barcelona. Big 1-0 win. If you guys enjoyed the video, please make sure to smash a like on it, subscribe to the Players Own channel for more videos and podcasts like this, and press that post notification bell so you know where I upload next time. With that all being said, ladies and gentlemen, hope you enjoy the weekend's football action. Obviously a great start there on Friday night, but a lot more to come in the Premier League, in the Bundesliga, and obviously Champions League football next midweek as well. With that all being said, I'll see you guys in another video very, very soon. Till then, see you later.